What can you say about Birch Lake Powell?
He made field champion. He was 12.5 inches high, and he could run with any dog that you want to run him with. He had all the talent in the world. He was a good dog, very good dog. Produced real well.
Wow. Yes, sir. What would you say? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
What made you create that dog? Like, what did you see along the way that just you were like, this is the cross I got to make? Or was it one of those ones just like, man, I didn't think he was going to be this freaking phenomenal?
Well, I had a lot of field champs, and I bred Birch Lake Lucky, who was his father, to Birch Lake Freckles. And Birch Lake Freckles was out of my old field champion. I was interbreeding all my old field champions. Birch Lake Freckles produced 4 field champions for me, all different players.
So you knew.
She was a good producer.
So you knew then, okay, I can take this Freckles dog and go in it like this, and it should give me this.
Birch Lake Freckles the second it was, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think when I came to your house, you handed me a picture, and you said, this is the picture I've got to keep. You can't have this one. I don't know if that dog was Freckles. It was a really old picture. I don't know if that was Freckles or Freckles the second, but it was a really cute dog.
I think I might have showed you the picture of the 3 dogs that when I was younger, and I put them in this front trial in their mountain, and they took for 2nd and 4th.
Yep, that's them. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Powell, that wasn't the Powell that wasn't Powell the 3rd, that was Powell the 2nd.
Okay.
That was one hell of a dog. He would have been a field champion for his derby year if the Coyotes didn't kill him. But he was on a black ball.
Yeah.
But the other 2 were black ball who was behind all. I bred as much to black ball as I could. He was a really good producer, just super nose, great snow nose. I mean, he produced real well. I really believe he's the strength of my pedigrees.
Really?
And then Birch Lake Freckles, my first field champion, was also who was a half sister to Black Ball. They were both out of the same bitch. And that went back to Mount Zion Pete.
Yeah, that's what everybody was talking about too. Yeah, I was talking to one guy, and he said, man, do you understand that Black Ball and that Birch Lake Powell III, those dogs are like so intense on Mount Zion Pete, it's unbelievable. And I hadn't really paid attention to it, so it intrigued me. You know, I love to look at the pedigrees, so it intrigued me. And I said, man, you know what? I got to call him and talk to him, because pedigrees, right, they're good to look at, but they say nothing until you give the actual person that created it or got a chance to live through it. I mean, I couldn't only imagine, what went through your mind breeding those dogs and having that, those dogs that close to those lines. I mean, like I said, pedigrees is good, but to call somebody and actually hear, like, how was this dog, or what did this dog offer, or what was your fondest memory, all of that. So you would say Black Ball was probably the strength of your lines.
Oh yeah, he was, I try to keep him in there as much as possible. Even to today's day, I would rather see him back here somewhere. Yeah. I mean, that's gone a long time ago. But that's, Birch Lake Powell III was out of Lucky, and Birch Lake Freckles was 2nd. So Lucky was out of Texas T, and John Quigley's field champion, the half-retreat Sheik. Sheik went back to Mount Zion Pete also. John Quigley's bitch. See, back in that day, Mount Zion Pete was getting bred quite a bit. That was a long time ago now. You're talking so many years ago, you don't even know how long ago that was. You were talking 50 years ago.
Oh, wow. I wasn't even born yet. Yeah, you got me by about a decade and a half. I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Them were the dogs back then. This was Beagles was early in its infancy around here. But a lot of those dogs were
Yes, sir.
I go and look at it, and I was judging all the time, so I got to see all these dogs, see? But that's, I definitely bred running styles, and I like speed and accuracy, you know. That's, you know, they can say what they want. If you ain't got speed, you ain't got shit. You gotta have desire, a lot of, you know, the hunt, desire, and snow nose. You know, black belts are the snow nose in there. You could go black belt any day you wanted of the year, and then he'd run a rabbit for you.
Wow. How would you compare Black Ball to Pal 3? Not the same.
He wasn't as fast as him, but Black Ball had one of the best noses you ever seen. You know, I mean, anybody ever seen Black Ball run in the Ishmael Beagle Club couldn't believe how good he could be. Well, you know, he just wasn't that fast, but he'd stay on a rabbit. He had the nose, and ability to drive a rabbit. And he wasn't slow either, you know.
Yeah.
You know, he was he made field champion, no problem. Actually, Black Ball, I ran him when he was 11 years old. I put him in a fun trial in Menominee, and he took 5th place at 46.13 inch. It was a fun trial, so it was bitches and males. And he took MBQ with 46 entries at 11 years old.
Wow.
The judges come out to swamp and they said, "Who owns that old son of a bitch in there?" That's exactly what they asked. He said, "We wish we could have gave him more." They said something that kind of pissed me off because they said, "We wish we could have gave him a higher place, but he just didn't have the foot to compete when they were running. But he carried every time they broke down, he'd walk it through." Well, that's the winning hound, Jack, in my book. You know?
Yes, sir.
If nothing else can drive it, and he comes up on it and he drives it through. I mean, I was happy he got a ribbon, don't get me wrong. And I told those two guys who were my friends, I knew them from, you know, a long time ago, but I told them, I said, you just told me that something that pissed me off. I said, what are you looking at? Why are you giving first place to a different dog if this dog carried it through like you're breaking him up there? I know I'm not breaking him up, you're breaking him up, and he gave him MBQ. And after a while they thought about it and said, you know what, you're pretty much right, maybe we should have gave him a little higher. And, you know, to me, I want, for that day, when you judge a dog, you judge it for the day, you know, that day. Every dog's different, they don't always run the same every day. But he did. That's what I go by. But I've got a lot of different bloodlines that I've bred to. And the drummer, Birch drummer, he was out of Termite, Buddy Runners, Mike's Termite, who I seen run as a pup. I judged him the first trial he got put in, and he won the trial hands down. So after he finished, I went and bred to him. And I got drummer. You know, I mean, it didn't surprise me because drummer ran just like Termite.
Yes, sir. Wow. Man.
So that's how I bred dogs.
Yes, sir.
And I bred a lot of dogs back then. I had a lot of puppies, you know, that I had to pick from, and I just weed through. And I ran dogs. I lived out in the woods.
Man.
So I got to watch them run, and I kept the best of what I had.
It seems like that's the common denominator of everybody's success that's had any kind of field champion luck, or even just bringing on good dogs. It seems like everybody's always saying that. You know, what you just said, I lived in the woods. Most of these guys, they think, I don't know, for some reason, at least where I'm living, they think that they can have a couple dogs or a couple dogs out of champions, like you just said, and this dog's out of this dog's out of that, and they run them, you know, once a week, and this dog's going to do this, and this dog's going to be that. But you lived out there in the woods. Like you said, you bred styles, you watched dogs, you didn't breed pedigrees, you know.
I included pedigrees,
exactly.
Don't get me wrong.
But you didn't do that solely off of pedigrees.
I was more on the breed, you know, the running style of the dog, with one lacked and the other one had a little more of, and you know, it was all a lucky game. I mean, really, too, you gotta have some good luck, you know, and you gotta keep running dogs. You can't just sit and think they're going to win.
Yes, sir. Who would you say out of all the males that you've ever had, who would you say is like the most influential on you altogether?
Yeah, Birch Lake Blackwell.
Wow.
He showed me how a dog could be.
You said that without hesitation.
Yeah, I've said anybody's ever asked me that, I said the same thing.
Wow.
He was very influential on me. And I had him given to me.
Really?
As a puppy. Yeah, well, he was running already, but the guy that had him didn't like him, and he asked me if I wanted him. I said, I'd seen him running. I said, yeah, I'll take him. I took him, brought him out camp, and ran him, and I had other dogs running with him that, and shit, he just got better and better and better, and first trial I put him in, he won. And he won many. He had like 4 wins in 16 seconds, I think, when he finished.
Jesus.
He didn't have the foot. He had 4 wins, but he was all it. When he took second, he was the best dog hitter, but there was one dog smarter enough to stay by him and beat him. You know what I mean? Because that's how I felt.
Yes, sir.
Nobody's going to beat him by nose. Nobody was going to.
Wow. So who would you say was the most influential female?
Well, I had a lot of good females. His half sister, but then she didn't have puppies. She only had one puppy that survived, and it wasn't that much. It didn't turn out to be that good, but she had trouble having puppies. First, like Freckles. But Freckles was a good dog. You know, but I had the one puppy that lived. I got puppies out of her. Birch Lake Bubbles, her name was. But she got seconds, but she never won. But she was on a black ball and Freckles. So I took her and I bred her, and I ended up, she had like 79 puppies total, and she raised 78 of them. You know, through her lifetime.
Wow, yeah, oh yeah. Wow, that's...
But I mean, that was why I kept trying it with her. And she produced a few field champions, but not for me. I sold a lot of puppies out of her. And I didn't really keep that many, but back then I got rid of a lot of puppies. I kept what I wanted, and I got rid of a lot of them. But there was, you're asking a hard question there, because I had so many dogs.
Yeah, I know it's hard to pinpoint like that. I mean, that's crazy. I'm still blown away that you was able to pinpoint it like that with the male. But I think the last question I had was somebody asked me, said, man, if you ever talk to him, ask him about Birch Lake Diamond, Pretty Boy's mom. Ask him what he thought about her.
Yeah. Well, that's a very good dog. Very good nose. She ran a lot like Blackwell. Didn't have a lot of foot. Took her a while to figure out the field trials, but then she finished. And but she was a good, solid dog. Yeah. She lived to be 16 years old. Actually, that was the oldest dog I ever had. And that lived to be 16. She did.
Wow. Man.
I finished the dog this weekend.
Really? Congratulations.
Yeah.
Which dog was that?
Betty, Birch Lake Black Betty.
Okay. Yes, sir.
She won that trial up at Eastern UP this weekend. There was 20 dogs. She won by 190 points.
Jesus.
She won by 100. She didn't have 190. She had 200 and some points. But she beat the second place dog by 190 points. And the second place dog was on a Pretty Boy. She was on a Pretty Boy. And the second place dog was on a Pretty Boy also. That was John Quigley's young female. She took second. And third was Mike Johnson's pup out of Pretty Boy. So Pretty Boy's producing pretty good.
So the female you just finished was out of Pretty Boy.
Yeah.
Now, I've got to ask this. Pretty Boy compared to Black Ball, Pal, Drummer, where do you place him, and how do you see each one of those dogs in him? I'm pretty sure you do.
Well, I'd say that Pretty Boy ran a lot like Black Ball. He wasn't no speed demon, but he was a good, solid dog, and he's consistent, very consistent. He was a field champion before his Derby year, or in his Derby year. Same as this little bitch that finished for me this weekend, she just turned 2 years old. Just turned 2. But Powell had more foot. Powell was real competitive. Didn't matter where you're at him. And he finished easily. He was done early also. Most of my field champs finished early. Nowadays, they keep running them trying to win the outstanding hound award, and that's where that Smokey I got, I don't think he'll ever finish because he has some strokes, but he should be a field champion. I mean, he got 35 places and four wins, but he needs like 4 points to finish, but he'll never get that 4 points because he just ain't got it no more. I think he has trouble hearing, I think he has trouble seeing. So I still put him in there and hope that he'll have a good enough day to get some points, but he probably won't. But I love the dog. I'm gonna try to breed something to him if I can get it. I gotta get something that's not on a pretty boy to breed to him, or people have asked me to breed to him, and I said, yeah, I can breed to him. You know, I hope they do, because I want to get something that's not on a pretty boy to breed to him.
Now, which dog is this?
Birch like Smokey.
Now, who is he
His
out
name
of?
He's out of Pretty Boy, and Jake Richards is Cyclone.
Okay, yes, sir.
That's a brother to the 4 field champion bitches, or 3 field champion bitches. There's 4 bitches in this litter, 3 of them are field champs. And the other one just needs points to finish. Not points, needs a win to finish. She has like 400 points. But Dave quit running her too, because they're getting up in age a little bit where he just gave up on her. It's heartbreaking when you got a dog that needs that win and it can't get it. He just quit running her. But, and them dogs are producing well. Jake's doing well with the pups on them.
Yeah, I heard that, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's all right.
But Smokey's the brother to them. So, eventually somebody will breed them and I'll take them up out of them. What they can do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Racine, I won't hold you, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, I had so many questions, and you answered them. I mean, man, you answered them. I would have never thought that. I mean, I didn't know who or what or which way. I said, I don't know how I'm going to ask him this stuff or who he's going to pick out. But man, you made it pretty easy. I've heard a lot of people talk about your black ball dog. I've seen a lot of pictures of them and stuff. Well, not a lot, but I think 2 or 3. I think 2 of them I got from you. Actually, one of them somebody sent me from up your way from the club. And but man, I mean, he was a beautiful hound. God, he was beautiful. He was a good looking dog. And I appreciate you taking the time out, because you didn't have to answer the phone and answer any of my questions, but you did, and I thank you for that. So,
okay.
Yeah. Happy holidays. If I don't talk to you again, Merry Christmas. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, yeah, I appreciate it, Mr. Racine. Thank you so much, and I'll definitely follow back up with you and let you know how the pups are doing for sure. And I can't wait to get them cranking in about 3 more months. So I'm excited.
That's good. Glad to hear it.
Yes, sir. Thank you again.
All right.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Take care easy.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye.
Get off there, you little thing.